Okay, 4, 6, inequalities in one triangle. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just lost it.
Okay. Inequalities in one triangle, we're going to talk about the theorem that associates with the inequalities in one triangle. Okay, so let's draw our triangle. And I'm going to call this ABC. Now, this is not going to happen very often in this class. You will see what I'm about to do a little more like in Math 3 and Advanced Math and Calculus. But I want a quick way to talk about the sides. Instead of calling it side BC or side AC or side AB, I'm going to use letters. And here's how it works when we get to those higher level math classes. We typically use the lowercase letter of the opposite angle. So talking about BC, what angle is opposite of BC? So I would call this little a. When I'm talking about side AC, what angle is opposite side AC? B, so I would call this little b. When I'm talking about side AB, what angle is opposite side AB? C, so I would call this little c. Again, we're not going to use it too much. We're mainly going to have numbers there, but this is just so we can write the theorem down nice and quick and explain what's going on. Okay, if the length of B, if side B, right here, if side B is greater than side A, okay, so if the length of B is bigger than the length of A, so say this is 7 and this is 5. If B is bigger than A, then its corresponding angles would be bigger. So what angle corresponds with little b? Big B. Then angle B will be bigger than what side corresponds with side A? Big A. All right, so angles correspond with the side. So if I have a side that's bigger than another side, that angle will be bigger than the other angle. And right now you may be thinking, what? We'll see numbers, it'll make more sense. I'm going to put here the converse is also true. The converse is also true. Meaning, if an angle's bigger than another, then that corresponds with the sides as well. Let me just get you started in some examples. It'll make a little more sense. Okay. List the angles from smallest to largest. List the angles from smallest to largest. Okay, ready? Number 1. All right. I'm going to call this L, K, M. And I'm going to give you numbers. Are we ready or not just yet? Okay, numbers 2.7, 4.3, and 5.8. Okay, so are they asking us to list the sides or the angles in order? Did they give us the length of any angles or just sides? Just sides. Can we use the length of these sides to determine how big or small the angles are? Yeah, we won't know the angle measure, but we at least know which one's small, medium, and large. Okay, so look at your sides first. What is the smallest side? KL, the 2.7. Do you agree? Okay, which angle is opposite side KL? So what does that mean about angle M? If this is the smallest side, then which angle is the smallest? Angle M, comma. Which one is the medium side? KM. KM's right here. Do you guys agree? And which angle is opposite the KM side? So if 4.3 or KM is the medium side, what can we say about angle L? It is the medium angle. All right, what is the largest side? LM. So what angle is opposite side LM? What does that mean about angle K? It is the largest. You do use that concept in advanced math, possibly even math 3. This inequality in one triangle business, you do use this again. All right, any questions? Does it make sense? Okay, let's try another one like this. I'm going to let you try this one. Triangle A, B, C, where AB equals 8, BC equals 5, that's a 5, and CA equals 7. Okay, draw your triangle. It didn't have one for you. I'm visual. I like to have my triangles there. Now I will tell you this. If you label your triangle ABC or ABC, I'm going to do mine this way. You do not have to have your vertices in the same corners. Your triangle can be rotated. It doesn't matter. It does not need to look like mine. We will still come up with the same answers. AB is 8, so the AB for me is there. Your AB may be in a different place if you drew yours differently. BC is 5. And CA is 7. If you drew your picture differently, we will still come up with the same answer. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and label them now. From same thing, from smallest to largest. Check with your neighbor, see if you guys have the same answer. That is yours. All right, did you guys check? What is the smallest angle? A, and A is the smallest. Why? Because it's opposite the 5? Okay, which one is the medium? And why is it B? It's opposite the 7. And what is the largest? And why is it C? It's opposite the 8. Questions? Do you agree it's pretty easy? Yep, just putting your numbers in order. But the hardest part for kids is reading what is opposite. Like sometimes they'll go like side to side or angle to angle. You want to make sure you're going from angle to side or side to angle. Okay, number 3. This time I want you to list the sides from shortest to longest. What does that mean? If I want you to list the sides, I'm most likely going to be giving you what? Angles. Angles is correct. Okay, so let's draw our triangle. Okay, I'm going to put a right angle corner right there. It's a right triangle. This is TUV. The top corner is 60 degrees. Anybody can figure out what the bottom corner is? I'm gonna give it to you, and it will be given, but without me giving it to you, does anybody know what it's going to be? This one's 90, that one's 60. This one would have to be what? 30. In order for it to add up to 180, that one would have to be 30. Again, that'll be given to you. All right. So now we're looking for sides. So we look at the angles. Which one is the smallest angle? V. And which side, we're looking for sides, which side is opposite this corner? TU. So I'm going to call it TU. Okay, comma. What is my medium angle? 60 or 90? And look at that corner. What side is opposite the 60? UV. And what is the biggest angle? The 90. And what side is opposite angle, the angle 90, the 90 degree? TV. Does it make sense that the longest side is the hypotenuse? Is the hypotenuse always your longest side?
Yes.
And that is because of this theorem. Because the hypotenuse is always opposite the 90, it'll always be the longest side, because 90 degree will always be the largest one in these right triangles. Got it? Okay. Questions before we move on? Okay. Inequality theorem. This one is, all these pieces are pretty easy. It just takes a little while to get through them. Inequality theorem. Okay, we ready? I'm just going to draw a little triangle. And I'm going to call this side A, side B, and side C, which is why I'm using lower cases, because I'm talking about sides. And here is what the triangle inequality theorem states. Are you ready? The sum of any two sides will always be bigger than the third. Any two. So I'm going to pick these two first. The sum of A plus B will always be bigger than, what's the third side? C. I'm going to pick these two sides this time, A and C. The sum of A plus C will be bigger than, what's the third side? B. What two sides have I not done? I've done A and B and A and C. Which sides have I not added yet? So B plus C will always be bigger than A. The sum of any two sides will always be greater than the third. So these are the type of questions you're going to have not only on your homework but on the test. Can a triangle have sides with the given lengths? Again, this will be a test question. Number 1, 2 meters, comma, 6 meters, and 9 meters. 2, 6, and 9. Excuse me. Okay, so what you're going to do, second short down. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to list in order. You're going to add the first two, you're going to add the last two, and then you're going to add the first and the last. So I'm going to start with the first two first. 2 plus 6 has to be bigger than 9. You don't have to show more work than this. Just is this true, or yes or no? What's 2 plus 6? And is that bigger than 9? No. So my answer is no. I don't have to go any further. As soon as I find one that is false, I can stop and say no. Sometimes it's the first try, sometimes it's the second, sometimes you don't find out until the third, and that's just the way it is. As easy as this is to do in your head, do I still need to see this work? Yes, I'll show you more so you know what it's going to look like. Number 2, 4, 6, and 9. So you have pieces of string or pieces of wood that measures 4 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches. Can you put those pieces together, sticks, whatever they may be, and make a triangle? Let's check. First two is going to be what? 4 plus 6 must be bigger than 9. Is that true? Yes. I'm going to do the last two now. 6 plus 9 must be greater than what? 4. Is that true? Yes. Now what's the last set that I haven't done yet? 4 and 9. And 4 plus 9 must be greater than, and is that true? If you answered yes, yes, and yes, what's your final answer? Yes. As soon as you get a no, like say it worked yes, yes, and the last one is no, what's your answer? No. This one, we got it quickly because it was no on the first try. We didn't have to check anything else. Does that make sense? Okay, number 3, 2, 5, 3. Okay, 2 plus 5 must be bigger than 3. Is that work? Yes or no? Okay, what's my next set? 5 plus 3 must be bigger than what? 2. Does that work? And before we go further, this is what your work should look like. This one was quick because we found it right away. But this one, this is first, second, third. You're checking each one. My last one is what? 2 plus 3 must be bigger than 5. Now that's tricky. Is 2 plus 3 greater than 5? Now, do I have an equal bar in that inequality? No, it doesn't say greater than or equal to. It's strictly greater. And is 5 greater than 5? No. So what's my answer? No. So sometimes you find your no right away. Sometimes you find it in the middle or at the very end. Either way, you need to know how to work these out. Any questions? Okay. Number 4. The length of two sides of a triangle, the lengths, sorry, it's plural, the lengths of two sides of a triangle are given, period. Describe the possible lengths of the third side. Describe the possible lengths of the third side. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2. You're going to figure out the possible lengths for the third side. Are you ready? Okay, 4, 7. That's all I'm giving you. So you have to figure out what is a possible answer for the third side. So give me some numbers that you think will work or won't work.
4.
Work or not work? 4 works. 4 plus 7 is bigger than 4. 7 plus 4 is bigger than 4. And 4 plus 4 is bigger than 7. Does that work? Okay, anyone have one that doesn't work? 3. 4 plus 7, is it bigger than 3? Why would 3 not work? Because 4 plus 3 is not bigger than 7. All right, anyone have another one? 5 works or doesn't work? Works. Okay, let's try the 5 really quick. Does it work? 4 plus 7, is it bigger than 5? 7 plus 5, is it bigger than 4? And 4 plus 5, is it bigger than 7? All right, any others? Okay, I'm going to give you the rule on how to find it. Are you guys ready? It looks like this. You will always put X in the middle, and there's inequalities like this and blanks. The inequalities will always open up this way. They will always be less than. Blank is less than X, and X is less than blank. Always when you're doing these type of problems, when you're looking for the third side. Okay, so this side you're going to do the 2 numbers subtracting, the larger minus the smaller. 7 take away 4. And on this side, you add them. When you're adding, does it matter the order in which you add? Is addition commutative? Yeah, it doesn't matter the order. Let's subtract. What's 7 take away 4? 3. What is 4 plus 7? Okay, let's check the answers that worked. 4 and 5 worked. Is 4 bigger than 3 and smaller than 11? Which one did not work? You guys said 3, and we tested, it didn't work. Why does 3 not work? Because there's no what here? There's no equal bar. Do you see that? What's a number that would not work according to this? X has to be bigger than 3 and smaller than 11. Give me another number that would not work. 12, because 12 is too big. Do you agree? Is 4 plus 7 bigger than 12? Can anybody give me a small number that wouldn't work? 1. Is 4 plus 7 bigger than 1? Is 7 plus 1 bigger than 4? But 4 plus 1 is not bigger than 7. Do you see how that works? So my whole numbers that would work would be what? 4, 5, what else? Would 6 work? It has to be bigger than 3 and smaller than 11. Would 7 work? Would 8? Would 9? Would 10? Would 11? No. Would 11 work? It has to be less than 11, not less than equal to. Would 11 work? No. Okay, those are just my whole numbers. Any decimals in between those whole numbers would work as well. 4.5, 5.6, 6.3, 7.8, 9.9 would work. Would 10.1 work? No. Oh, actually, yes, because it's less than 11. I apologize. 10.1, 10.5 would work because it's less than 11. Okay, questions? Does that make sense? Okay, well, I get the worksheets. I'm going to have you do this last one. I'm just going to give you the two numbers, 20 and 35. Remember how to set it up. X in the middle, less than, blank, and blank. Figure out those numbers. Okay, did you guys get it? On the left side, what number do you have? 13. Can you tell me how you guys got it? Or 15, sorry. How did you get it? 35 minus 20. On this side, what do you have? 55, and you got that from doing 20 plus 35. So this here is your answer. Questions?